Hello.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of the Extra Point. We got the crew all in attendance today, Mark present, and we got a ton of good college and pro football to get into today. But before we get into any of that, a word from our sponsor.
We are sponsored by the birthday girl herself, May Jane's Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. You can get your Colombian and your whiskey blend coffee freshly ground by my lovely daughter. She will grind it up for you, send it, put it in the mail, send it to you, and you can enjoy a fresh cup of Joe. You don't have to just drink it in the morning. I know a lot of people drink coffee all day. I don't see how you do it because my ass would be up blinking like this. But that's neither here nor there. Please continue to support May Jane's Coffee and my lovely daughter. Again, that's MAEJANES coffee.com.
Right on. Shouts out to our birthday girl slash sponsor. And the extra point is also brought to you by.
Wolverine Comics. That's Wolverine underscore Comics TX. Find us on Instagram and whatnot streams. We do different auctions. We also buy, sell, and trade. So hit us up. We just got this new old school Batman one in. So just give us a hit up if y'all are looking to buy any of these. In my opinion, these are good investments. They're more physical than any type of NFTs. So yeah, come on over.
Well, we see the Goon Squad has come on over already this morning.
Already.
Lance Ford checking in with Titans. Those look, I've had a rough enough morning already.
And that
We will
dog
get
looks
into
like it
that a
has
little
on
later
a
in the show.
maid's collar.
So I saw the thanks to checking in. We'll get to them a little bit later, but we want to start off with the biggest day of the game. Martrice Hastings' ears must have been ringing. We were literally just talking about you. Good morning, baby cakes. Now, we're going to start with the biggest game of the day. Right here in God's country, in our former land of Tennessee, we have the University of Tennessee Vols. I'm not going to say the real UT today because I got love for Papa Hasso. So shouts out to Papa Hasso. We have the UT Vols today taking on the 20th ranked Florida Gators. Now, just a couple of tidbits before we get into today's matchup because I'm dying to get y'all's thoughts on this. One, Tennessee is looking to go 4-0 for the first time since 2016. Florida has won 5 straight in this matchup and 16 of the last 17. In fact, today marks the 6-year anniversary of the last time Tennessee beat Florida. Now, with the streak going like that, it's hard to imagine Tennessee being a 10-point favorite in this game. Tasha, we're going to start up top with you. You grew up watching the UT Florida rivalry. You know how much trouble Tennessee has had with them in the past. Do they get over the hump? Do they exercise the demons today?
You can never just count out Florida, especially now since they got a little steam behind them. And I said earlier this season they were skating without a stick. Look at them; they upset Utah because I said I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if they did, beat Utah. So I'm not surprised at anything. If Tennessee loses this game today, it's done. It's over for them. This is a game of season changing game right here. And they definitely need to do this. I can see Tennessee beating them, but I would not be surprised if Florida comes in and upsets them. Because they own what's the overall record? It's like 30-20 or something like that.
Yeah, it's 30-21,
Okay.
actually. And in our lifetime, it's basically 17-1. Mike,
Yeah.
who you got in this one? You taking the UT Vols and the 10 points, or are you going with the skating without a stick all stars?
Yeah, this is a good matchup. So I of course historically haven't really been into this matchup. So I'm thinking of Florida was supposed to be on pace for kind of like a Michigan type thing. When they were up, we were up. When they were down or rebuilding, they were rebuilding as well. So they were supposed to be up by now. They've been having some issues. I see a lot of inconsistent play in I guess he wants to be called AR-15. And so that's kind of my red flag.
No, he changed it.
He changed it
Yeah.
again.
Stop calling
Okay.
himself.
So I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this one, just in the fact that they can score the ball. That's not really their weakness. Florida can't really score consistently. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee on this.
All right, cool. UT quarterback Hendon Hooker has gone 15 straight games with a touchdown pass and 189 consecutive passes without an interception. Like Mike said, their offense is high powered. They lead the nation in plays per game. You know, they have the high paced, spread them out type offense. Do you think the offense will be enough to get it done against a tough nosed Florida defense this week?
I guess that's the biggest factor in this whole thing. With AR not having any passing touchdowns and 4 picks on the season. Ooh. But I think the biggest factor will be Tillman is going to be out. Tillman is a beast at wide receiver.
He is.
Jabari Smalls is game time decision with the running game. And I'm sure Florida's going to come in today. Hey, also, this is Richardson's first true role game as a starting quarterback. And he has to go into Neyland Stadium with 100,000 rabid fans today.
And they're doing the checkerboard today too, Coop.
I've got everybody in Nashville is in UT right now. Like, they are putting all their eggs in this game, and they call it the battered ball syndrome. They are nervous because they know this is a prestige legacy game.
Yes.
If they lose today, this will set their program back 10 years.
Yes.
Everything is on the line. But the good thing is Josh Heupel, the coach, he is not a Tennessee man, so he don't care.
Right.
There's no pressure on him today. So that may keep this team even keel because, usually they come in with a Tennessee man, and he has so much pressure. You got to beat Florida. You got to beat Florida.
Right.
And so today's game will be one in the trenches. Florida is a completely running team, and they feel like they can punk UT out up front.
They do.
They're going to run. AR, they've been holding him back because they haven't had a backup quarterback in the last 2 weeks. Nobody knew that. I went back and looked, and they had a backup quarterback, a redshirt freshman, but he was terrible. So today they're going to unleash him because this is their season on the line. Tennessee comes in ranked 3rd in the nation in offense. I'm looking for a high-scoring game with Tennessee pulling it out. It's always a great game, and today I look for Tennessee. If they get a chance, they will roll it up too. They will beat them by 40 if they get a chance.
They need to do that. They need to do that. That's a good job by you. Now, Mike, I want to come back to you for just a second. And Langston says it's 105,456 to be exact.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Mike, you said earlier that you didn't really grow up watching this rivalry, but you, as a Michigan man, have a lot in common with the UT fan as far as the mental edge, with Michigan losing so many in a row to Ohio State in various fashions, blowouts, close games. And then there was a mental edge that Michigan got over last year. Do you think if Tennessee can get over the hump like Michigan did last year, that this could be a playoff type season for UT?
Oh yeah, for sure. Playoff is a stretch. I think a mentality, yes. I think it changes your whole program, and not just for Tennessee, but for recruiting as well. And that's kind of what we've seen in Michigan is instantly, right after the game, Ohio State backup went to Texas, right? So it's like, man, like people started decommitting and they're starting to drop the ball. Yeah. We saw some blood, I guess is what I can say is like we saw they're bleeding. They're human.
Like we have to normally just beat the FIs. Tennessee has to beat Florida. They have to beat Alabama, and they have to beat Georgia.
Right, and they have Alabama in 3 weeks, as a matter of fact. Good job by you. But, Mike, I caught that Predator line. Good job by you. If it bleeds, it dies. Don't let that go over y'all's head, ladies and gentlemen. Now, right here in the Jerry Dome, we have a rivalry renewed in the SEC West. We have the 10th-ranked Arkansas Razorbacks taking on the 23rd-ranked Texas A&M Aggies. Now, Arkansas is looking for their first consecutive, back-to-back 4-0 starts since they were in the Southwest Conference back in 1988. What were you doing in 1988, Coop?
Playing basketball at White Creek, sitting on the bench.
White Creek? Ooh, how did he get on the show? Mike, we're not going to ask you what you were doing in 88 because you're going to make us feel old. All right, so let's start with you. Langston, it's like, that's right. Change the recruitment is the key. Langston agrees with you. So we'll come with you. All right. Texas A&M is a 2-point favorite over an undefeated Arkansas team. Are you buying that? You think Jimbo gets it done in the Jerry Dome?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I saw this game, I was like, why are we even talking about this? I think both teams are boo-boo, in my opinion. But it's a good neutral location, I would say, because there's a lot of Arkansas kids that came from Dallas area. So I think it's going to be pretty like even from fans side. Arkansas does travel well in the South. So then I just got to go through the talent pool. I think A&M's a little bit more talented. They've always been talented. They just drop the ball kind of like Cowboys do. But I'll digress on that. But I'm gonna go with A&M
last week. No, I'll digress on that.
I'll digress on that. But yeah, I got A&M winning.
All right, now Wayne, KJ Jefferson, the quarterback for Arkansas, has been tearing it up on the ground and through the air. He takes on a Texas A&M defense that ranks 9th nationally in the league in scoring, with giving up just 8 points a game. Who do you see coming out on top in the afternoon game? Well, early.
The Aggies have won 9 out of 10, except for last season. Arkansas went smash mouth football. And I guess the biggest thing is, when does all that money that they spent in the last 3 seasons, when does that talent rise to the top?
Right.
Now, this is a game where we know on paper Texas A&M has way more talent. It's surprising that they're on a 2-point favorite. And also, you got to look at the Hogs' defense has 17 sacks on the season. Their front four is good. I'm talking about dominant. But Texas A&M can't find a quarterback. This has been going on for the last 6 years. So if their quarterback play doesn't change, they will lose. But I got to believe their talent has to win out. 1 week, their talent has to rise to the top because they got more talent than anybody in the conference.
They do. Tasha, why do you think that is? Why do you think with all the money they're spending in NIL that they have such poor quarterback play? Why haven't they been able to nail down that position?
I mean, I just don't think that quarterbacks think that they can. Everybody's now is trying to get to the next level. I don't think quarterbacks think when they go to A&M that that's a place that can get them to the next level.
And you know what? That's a mic drop right there in itself. Because
why not? They got Jimbo Fisher. He got Jameis Winston to the league.
But I'm not sold on Jimbo Fisher. I've never really been. I don't like the way he left Florida State. It just rubbed me wrong, and rubs me wrong how he's down there at A&M doing things. It's just something about him. I mean, you think of all the good talented quarterbacks that came out of A&M, who actually made it?
Yeah.
Who actually made it?
I'm going through my memories museum, and I don't come up with a top one off the top of my head.
I think Kelly Mond may be hanging on a roster, but I don't think many.
Yeah, he's in Minnesota.
I mean, because you think about schools. Oh, this is DBU. This is wide receiver U. Tam, you ain't no quarterback U. Like that's
more
not
defensive line U. Like,
right.
To Coop's point, yeah.
That's not anywhere where you want to go to make it.
I think most SEC schools, because they get so much athletic talent, they figure they can put anybody in the QB spot and they can win the title because they surround themselves with so much wide receiver, running back talent, defensive line talent, linebacker talent. The SEC rarely puts a nice quarterback in the league, because they're just not worried about that quarterback position. And then today, Texas A&M comes in ranked 99th in passing offense. That's horrible for
right. So what quarterback? If you're a quarterback, what would make you want to go to that university?
Great point.
Yeah.
Mike, if you're a booster at Texas A&M and you drop this one, losing 2 games in September, how much heat are you putting on the athletic department to make a change at the coaching position? Or do we say, hey, it's Jimbo, we paid him a boatload of money, we don't have to ride this thing out?
They can't. They owe him $100 million.
Yeah. They have to ride with them. Yeah, I mean, if anything, they have to have a stern conversation, but that's about it.
Like one of those sternly worded emails.
Right.
I mean, if you're talking about boosters, Arkansas should have the best team in the country. Right. Come on, Ojera is an alumni.
Oh, we're going to get to Jerry later in the show. Cowboys fans and Cowboys haters alike, make sure you stay tuned for that because I know they're going to disagree on my Jerry segment. That I'm looking forward to. Make sure y'all stick around for that. So just for the record, Tasha, who do you have in this one, Arkansas or TAMU?
I'm going to go with TAMU simply because, like I said, Arkansas is the bloodline with old Jera. Jera gon' Jera in AT&T Stadium, so it ain't gonna be no woo pig. He gonna be floating around and putting whatever that bad mojo, like in quarterback controversies, and 1 + 1 is 3.
Tasha, that's a tease. Tasha, we're gonna get to that. You know you're the like Tasha said last week. I said what I said.
That's why I got my Swami hat on today.
She said it with a chest.
Hey, she said it with her chest. Man was right. We caught a beat down of epic proportions. All we needed was 4 cops with a billy club and a 90s video camera. You know what?
Man.
Let me digress. We're gonna raise up off the Titans this week. All right, let's move on to the NFL. Thursday night started week 3. We saw the Cleveland Browns mop up the floor with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 29-17. Me and Tasha had a conversation before the news broke yesterday about Mike Tomlin and the state of his quarterback, Mitch Trubiski. Now, Trubiski hadn't been terrible. He hadn't been god-awful. But we come to see one thing now with this Steelers team after 2 games. Well, 3 games now. Once they get behind, they're done. The one game they did win, they were up 14 early on Cincinnati with a defensive touchdown. The last 2 weeks they got behind, and they just could not throw the ball to come back. Tomlin says he's sticking with his guy. Mike, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think I've seen a lot of in the games. It's always something different. You know, like the Steelers lose because of something different every time, and so I've got to put him out there. I mean, it's not just Trubisky. It's the whole leadership, I would say, that is what they're lacking. And some might say, okay, that's where the quarterback's supposed to step up. And you might be right. But as far as his talent and just leaving him in there, I think that's the Steelers' best shot right now. I'm going to stick with them.
Cool. Are you sticking with Trubisky? How long of a leash do you give him?
It's like I spoke on a couple of weeks ago about Trubiski. Everybody was saying, should it be Pickett? Should it be Trubisky? Trubisky is who he is. He's a very mediocre second-string quarterback. They only started him because they needed experience, and they were playing division games early in the season, and they thought they could get past those games. They should be 0-3. So technically, that Bengals game was a fluke. This team can't score. The quarterback play is, it's terrible. I mean, Cleveland quarterback Brissett, he looked like, I'm nice. I know I'm better than that guy.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm the best quarterback on this field tonight. And he showed it. I mean, he looked precise. Yeah. He looked like he was in control of the game. And Trubisky was just out there wallowing around looking like, I have no clue. These fools brought me here, and I have no business being a starting quarterback in the league. I mean, he probably will wait to game 4 and start picking.
I mean, not Trubisky. Brissett. Look at how Brissett was when he was in Indy at that one time before he got injured. Look how he was leading Indianapolis. That's
right. The team. They went out and got them old hacks, and now look what they said.
Right. He's a different type of quarterback. He's already done that. Mitchell Trubisky has never. I mean, everybody died when he got drafted. Oh, you drafted? Why y'all drafted? He's never really had any support, and he's never really been that guy. So he doesn't know how to lead a team. I mean, I know, Paul, I'm just jumping ahead. And then to Mike's point, the overall offense, the offensive line is terrible. It's not as bad as the Bengals, but it's not a good offensive line. So when you're putting, like Coop said, a second-string quarterback in with a line that's not already, that's already not good, these are the results you're going to get.
Right,
and that's a good thing you brought up. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying to slip something in about the Titans that you all pointed out last week as well. If you're a running team with a porous offensive line, you're dead in the NFL. We saw that Monday night. They couldn't run the ball against Buffalo. They couldn't run the ball against the Giants, and they were dead in the water. If you're a run-based team without a strong offensive line, your quarterback is going to look very mediocre. Go ahead, Coop.
Hey, Paul, that's a major – that's what I was going to speak on. That's a major problem in the NFL right now. Nobody has an offensive line. They're going to go back. Yeah, I guess they do, but he's so elusive. You don't really know. But the NFL may have to go back to letting them hit more in preseason in practice because nobody is ready right now. Like the Bucks, the Bills don't have offense. Nobody has an offensive line in the NFL right now, and it's a major problem.
And the ones that do have clearly separated themselves from the pack. The Buffaloes, the Eagles, all of that
Kansas
kind of stuff.
City,
Yes. All right. Now let's move on. Speaking of Buffalo, let's move on to our big three, the three biggest games that we want to preview for the NFL weekend. We're going to start with the biggest game I think in all of football this weekend: the 2-0 Buffalo Bills versus the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. Now the Dolphins come in with the second-ranked offense versus the Bills with the second-ranked defense. We're going to start with you, Mike. Did Tua's 6 touchdown performance change your opinion on him, or do you need to see more?
Yeah, we talked about that. I think it's starting to. I just need to see consistency. I need to see him win a big matchup. So the Bills one would be pretty big, in my opinion. I'm like, okay, well, the Bills are obviously a Super Bowl contender. Some people have them winning the Super Bowl. So if they beat them, like, okay, you're here to stay. But I got to see that game. I'm looking forward to this game. So
And for the record, since people didn't hear that offline conversation, you were saying last week was more of a Baltimore collapse than a Tua coming out party, correct?
Oh yeah, exactly. That was a horrible display of defense in general, secondary, whatever you want to call it, leaving him wide open. Like, it's just bad. I felt bad for. Lamar got his touches and points, but it's like, come on, man.
But
what else are you gonna do?
Lamar has a little something to do with that too. That offense wasn't that effective when it comes down.
You got to stay on the field in the fourth quarter. You got to move the chains and
right.
And
they had a 28-point lead. What else is he supposed to do?
At the end of the game, if you have another team that's making a comeback like that, now ain't no Lamar slander gonna ever happen on here.
Yeah.
But Lamar's supposed to be able to produce those points, get that team down the field. That's what he's supposed to do.
Now, Damian Coulter checks in and says, no team looks ready except Buffalo. Just so happens they were the only team to play their starters in the preseason. Need to get back to the old school. I want to retweet that because I totally agree, and that definitely hurt the Tennessee Titans. Their lack of cohesion was just awful. Cool. To Buffalo and Miami, if you got Josh Allen on one side, Tua on the other, who has the better arsenal of weapons around them going into this game?
Going into this game, Buffalo has everybody on the IR this week. So it's hard to judge this game. Ed Oliver's out. Micah Hyde's out. They're starting 2 rookie cornerbacks against the fastest man in the world right now. And I don't have faith in Tua, but I got to give them the upper edge going into this game. They're coming off a high. Buffalo has the team, but they got to go to Miami in that heat at 12 o'clock.
It's something about Miami in the summer. In the September that gives teams problems.
And I'm not the cheerleader for Miami, but hey, when I saw the second half of the Miami game last week, the cheetah was being a cheetah. He was running by those DBs down there. Them boys didn't have the juice left. He was just running straight deep routes and getting behind the defense. It's horrible, but the Baltimore defense looked bad in the second half. I don't know if they got tired. It was smoking hot down there. But Buffalo has got everybody out tomorrow. Their front, with Ed Oliver out, all they're going to have is Von Miller with the rush. Oh, he's so explosive. Tasha, I got to give you all the praise for that. You called it out. I got to give you love. Hey, he's amazing. I was so sick of him Monday night. But, hey, Buffalo has a complete team. They have a complete team, but I hope they're not peaking too early. It's a long season, guys. Back off, tamper down that Super Bowl. You can't win a Super Bowl in September, but you can lose. So slow down, slow your roll. They got a long way to go, and they're getting beat up like every other team. That's why this season, if you're 0-2, 1-2, it's a long way to go. You're still in it. Just hang tight.
And to go off of what Coop said when you asked the question about the weapons, I don't give a damn who Buffalo had. Ain't nobody stopping the cheetah. And y'all saw he has 2 in Cheetah and Waddle. I think that's really
Tasha, let me pause you right there, because being the soothsayer that you are, you're walking me right into my question for you. Soothsayer Sizzle might be your new name. Now, last week, Jalen Waddle, the Cheetah, and Stephon Diggs combined for, let me make sure I get these nerd stats right, 34 catches, 509 yards, and 7 touchdowns just last week. Those 3 combined. And this wasn't one person carrying the mail. Waddle, 11 for 190 and 2. Cheetah, 11 for 171 and 2. Diggs, 12 for 148 and 3. Sizzle, since you're in fantasy football now, we're going to throw some numbers at you. Who has the bigger day on Sunday? Diggs, Waddle, or the Cheetah?
Oh, most definitely Diggs.
Oh, okay. Well, you did all that talk about the cheetah, and then you going with Diggs.
Because I know Coop was, gave us the rundown of all the people who are out. The thing is, Cheetah can't be stopped, but I can't see him getting, numbers like that on Buffalo. Miami's defense is not as good. So I can see Stephon Diggs really just having
Duvernay was carving them up last week. Rashad Bateman was carving them up last week. Mike, do you agree? You say Diggs will have the biggest day out of those three?
For sure, yeah, I totally agree. I think Buffalo has an overall better team than the Ravens, and it took a lot of, like Coop said, it took a lot of people giving up in that fourth quarter, and so I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think Stephon Diggs definitely has a better day.
So you taking the Bills and the 5.5, Mike?
Go ahead.
Say it again.
You taking the Bills and the 5.5?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I am.
All right. So you said at least a touchdown. Go ahead, Tasha.
But see, it's tricky when you have two bona fide receivers like that, because the reason why Waddle was so wide open for that game-winning touchdown is because Cheetah was double covered. Y'all know I get the Miami games down here, so I watch the entire game. He was double covered. So are they gonna, it's gonna be tough, but I still see Stephon Diggs having the better numbers.
To piggyback off double coverage, why in the hell didn't the Titans double cover Stephon Diggs? Kept that undrafted rookie out there on the island and never adjusted. What kind of game plan was that?
What was they gonna put on him?
Well, you gonna put safety, roll your safety over, do something. Just don't put
Kevin
the guy
Byard
on the island
turn back
and let him get embarrassed.
Kevin Byard, turn in your check from last week. You were non-existent. That's Kevin Byard's job to make sure that Diggs is protected with his rookie corner out there with no experience. He didn't want the smoke. Taylor Lewan didn't want the smoke, tapping on his head on the first snap.
Yeah.
I mean,
he don't want the smoke this week.
Like Mike said last week, he told me to skip the game. He even did the little pause. He told me to skip the game. I didn't listen, and it ruined my damn night. Let's move on. All right. I bet y'all listen to you this week, Mike. Now, Green Bay at Tampa Bay, GOAT versus GOAT Jr., Rodgers versus Brady. Brady's 2-0 against Rodgers. Look at the Cheshire grin on Mike's face. We're talking GOAT status. All right. Wayne, I'm going to start with you. We talked about best weapons in the previous game. Who is better equipped to survive without weapons in this matchup? We have on Tampa Bay side, no Mike Evans, he's suspended. Chris Godwin is out with an injury. Julio Jones is a game-time decision, but what else is new with that? On Green Bay side, they were already depleted from a name value standpoint, and now Sammy Watkins, shocker, is out this week already. Which quarterback is better equipped to play without weapons, Brady or Rodgers this year?
Man, this is going to be a dogfight. This is going to be 6-5. I don't know how either team.
Man, go on to Rodgers. Just go on and say it, Coop.
You probably got to give it to Rodgers because the running game of Green Bay looks a little better, and they got some backs that can punish. And now Brady's faking like he's on the injury report. I don't know what's going on down there. Everybody's hurt. I don't see Brady showing up in this game, and I got to give it to Rodgers.
Okay, all right. T Sizzle, let me come to you. You hate both of these quarterbacks. Let's just go ahead and put it out there. Who retires first, Rodgers or Brady?
Brady's already retired. I don't know.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
He has already caught. He came back thinking, I'm going to have all of this. I'm going to have that. And his fund, he need to send a letter to Jaffe Joffa and tell him that his funds have been depleted.
Why not just ask for a cool meal?
Do you not think that is too much?
Nah, go for it. All right, so something to Eddie Murphy.
The thing is, I stopped liking Aaron Rodgers when he was lying. That was it, because I always, Aaron Rodgers was always my guy. I just think Tom Brady has already called it in. Like Coop said, he's faking injury and all this. You think
he's faking his injury? Mike, step in for your goal.
No, when you get the invisible, facelift, sometimes if they hit you, that string can come unpopped.
What is it? The invisible facelift?
They go inside. I know because my girlfriend down here gets it. They go inside, and he's telling her you have to be careful because if it pops, the string is going to come loose.
Oh my gosh!
So you put your girlfriend on Front Street.
She been getting Botox.
No, I'm trying to hear these little tips and tricks from Tasha. So I'm just...
What, you about to get Botox? What you about
no,
to
do? Let's get us a little something right here, Mike. Me and you.
I think Brady has too much off the field stuff going on.
Yeah.
And he's trying to deal with family type stuff. I don't think he's really in it. Kind of like what everyone's saying. He's not really playing.
He shouldn't have came back.
Yeah, I agree. I think definitely Aaron Rodgers.
Now, Tree said he's pulling on Lawan, huh? And yes, Lawan tapped out when he saw Von Miller on the other side ready to light that ass up on national television. Why are we reliving this? I left the Titans off the script for a reason this week. I need a week to heal. Now,
I mean, but it's like you said, though, Brady just looks uninterested in playing football right now. I mean, his body language is not of a body language of a quarterback trying to lead a team to the championship. It looks like he's like, would somebody get me out of this?
He looked invested last week against the Saints when he was ready to beat the hell out of his offensive line on the field.
I mean, but like everybody's been saying, Brady can talk all that blah, blah, blah because they're going to come and protect him. Brady ain't finna fight nobody. He can
I
do
don't
it.
want Brady to fight nobody. We need him on the field. Like he's one of he's the GOAT. Now, the rest of
the GOAT be walking the sidelines of that seat watching his son play wide receiver. That's the GOAT.
Mike, is this a preview of the NFC Championship game?
Hell no! What the hell? I don't even. Why'd you even ask that question?
What? Hey, you gonna get disrespecting?
No, man. No.
Who is it then? If it's not these two.
I mean, we kind of came to an agreement. I think early on, a couple of weeks ago, you had the Saints. I had the Eagles. I mean, I would like to see Saints versus Eagles in NFC Championship.
No, we didn't say what you would like to see. These are two teams that aren't going anywhere, and they're going to probably win their division. You disagree with that?
Yeah. I'm out on the Saints. Jameis Winston, he blew that last week.
He got a broke back.
Yeah.
So Tampa Bay has
broke back on the
bench. You going with
That
Atlanta?
was horrible.
You going with Carolina? What they 0-2 looking asses?
Yeah.
No, I mean, nah. That's a tough one. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Those two teams are like.
I don't know who else is in the NFC to battle.
Nobody. Almost like the AFC South. Just
man.
Right.
The Bucks was trying to give the Saints the game, and Jameis kept saying, "Nah, I'm gonna give it back to you, buddy. Don't worry."
3 straight possessions with interceptions in a 1-score contest. Yeah, Jameis Winston. But I'm not gonna. As long as I'm gonna keep them in my Super Bowl favorite. But don't be surprised if these two teams wind up meeting again in late January.
Yeah, because Tampa Bay got a strong defense. Yeah, Tampa Bay's defense is going to carry them because they tried to quit last week twice. Yeah, they didn't want no parts of that game after the first half. And they said, well, okay, we're still here.
Right, and like my brother said earlier, and we'll repost it here, he's basically said that Green Bay has a two-headed monster with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones as well that can tote the mail and get it done in the run game and passing game as well. Should be interesting. Who do you have in this one, Tasha?
Green Bay.
All right, Tampa Bay is a 1-point favorite. Mike, who you got?
I got Green Bay as well.
Cool.
I've been going against Tampa Bay the last 2 weeks, and some kind of way that defense is holding up. And that defense will show up just enough because you're not going to be able to run against Tampa. And even though the two-headed monster Green Bay is there, I got to go with Tampa. I don't like Tampa's team, but I just think their defense finds a way to get it done.
Here's the scary part about Tampa Bay. Now, Brady might look disinterested in the moment because for him, it's always championship or bust. It's almost like LeBron looking disinterested in January as opposed to April. If the defense continues to play this way and they buy enough time to get his wide receiving core back healthy, by the time the December rolls around, they could be a real problem. And the closer you get to the playoffs, you know that Brady will go back to go Brady. Now let's go to Monday night. Miss Hastings checking in saying, thank you, Tampa. We're going to ride with the Buccaneers on this. All right. Now, Monday night, it's America's night. It's America's team. I should just leave it right there. Just you know why to tune in. It's America's team. We have the surprising 2-0 Giants taking on the surprising 2-0 Cooper Rushes. Yes. Backup quarterback Cooper Rush is now 2-0 in career starts. Tasha?
Oh, okay. I was worried.
We're gonna start with you, Tasha. No, it's 2-0.
Flipping through the page, I was
Okay.
like, "Where is this at?"
I know. I was like,
Right,
they
I'm
only
like-
played 2 games.
I mean,
2-0.
one and one don't
I
make
saw them
two.
lose to the Bucks. So
Made y'all a believer last week.
1 and
that's
0
that
makes
D.D. Wallace
2.
mouth.
Because I remember the hit it or quit it segment when all of y'all smashed the panic button on the Cowboys, and the Cowboys came out there and
Like Coop said, it's not a sprint; it's a marathon.
Yeah.
So y'all still yeah, we got the real Coop DeVille. Look at you. You got your fan club is in the house today, Coop. Are y'all still hitting the panic button on Dallas? We can start.
Yeah.
Why is that, Tasha?
You get one. That he is a bona fide backup. He is a very good backup. You got him coming in winning 1 game, and now y'all ready to start the championship.
2 games.
It's only 2 games of the season. It's the 3rd game of the season. He only won 1 game. And y'all ready to hitch the truck, hitch the thing on the back of the truck and drive all the way to the Super Bowl off of 1 victory?
1.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Now, wait a minute.
Y'all ready to crown Buffalo after 2 victories?
Then you told me I couldn't say it. But then you got Jura sitting up here talking about he wants a quarterback controversy. That man just saying.
You're getting ahead of me, Tasha. You're getting ahead of me. That's coming up. But
anyway,
I asked the questions and you all answer. I'm gonna lead you to the water. But let's start here. Cool. I'm gonna lead you to that water and let you get your drink on. Cool. Let's answer Jarrell's question. Is Cooper Rush better than Danny Dimes?
No.
I think so.
They got film on him this week. You know how that goes. Your first time doing something, you always get a little luck. Everything goes your way. Now they know his tendencies. It will be a whole different ball game. He'll be skipping balls on the turf. It will be different. Just settle down. Kumbaya moment. Dallas always pulls one out the arse, and then they go back to being Dallas.
Now, cool.
Hey, man, my problem is
your father checked in last week and told you to raise up. And he was right.
Hey,
Papa Donaldson said raise up off his Cowboys.
Man,
and he was right.
What are y'all gonna do with Zeke, man? Zeke looks Zeke had 15 carries.
Let's go ahead.
And another thing.
Zeke went from being a star to just being a player on the team.
That's true.
That was
so Mike, I'm gonna start with you, Mike.
3 yards a carry last week. Like, where's the eat? I'm like, this dude checked out.
He's on a diet. The man is
they better start starting Tony Pollard.
Mike, we're gonna start with you. Tony Pollard gonna get his shine, but let me start with you, Mike. Now, 11 from heaven, otherwise known as Micah Parsons, is leading the NFL in sacks. Now, last week I came to you about the defense, and you said the Cowboys was gonna rack them up against Cincy, and they did. Yep. Now, the Giants, after 2 games, are 4th in sacks allowed, giving up 8 sacks already in 2 games. How many does Micah get on Monday night? Don't hold back,
man. Mike. So before, I think I knew that Cincinnati wasn't going to make any adjustments on this, and it was just going to be a free for all. I think Giants play the Cowboys well when it comes to coaching or being out coached, and I think that's the problem. I think as long as the players play, Cowboys have this easily. I think what gets them in trouble is when they start moving Parsons around from different positions. Just put him at the end. Let him blitz the whole time. Let him do what he does best. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to see some coaching mistakes from the Cowboys, and I think that's what ends up at not having as successful sack as last week.
And
so you saying he gets 2, 3? You saying he gets 2, 3 sacks?
Yeah, 2. I think 2 is good.
All right, he's averaged 2 over the first 2 games, so he'll be right on par. Now, the Goon Squad is checking in with lots of Zeke talk. So, Tasha, I'm going to come to you with Zeke. Who has a bigger day Monday, Zeke or Saquon?
Saquon.
Pollard.
Pollard. There you go, Pollard.
Pollard. Okay. So y'all saying Pollard. Well, Damian Coach seems to agree. He says he's looking like a cowardly lion.
He runs scared for sure.
If I were king of the forest.
Tasha, who you got in this Monday night matchup?
Oh, man, you know what?
Giants are 1-point favorite at home, by the way.
I'm gonna have to go with The Giants.
Man.
Coop, let me come to you real quick, Coop. Now, on Thursday, Jerry Jones, the best owner in all of sports, one of the most influential figures in the history of American sports, he made news on Thursday when he said that he would welcome a quarterback controversy. Now, Tasha, we're gonna round it up to you for you to chime in, and you too, Mike. We're gonna start with you, Coop. He said that he would welcome a quarterback controversy. He's looking forward to a quarterback controversy. That was on Thursday. On Friday, Mike McCarthy had to put his foot down and say, no. Dak is our quarterback, regardless of how Cooper Rush performs in the next few weeks. Whose side are you on, Coop? Would you want a quarterback controversy, or should you say Dak is the man and stick with him, regardless of how well the Cowboys do?
First of all, I see why Jerry Jones and Donald Trump are friends, because they didn't say any damn thing. I mean, that was the stupidest stuff to say. You just paid this man,
that back,
and you
Coop.
talking about now you want him to have a quarterback controversy after you paid him? How much with Cooper Rush? That ain't. Why would you?
Now we're not gonna have no Jerry slander on the show when he goes like the SEC Bowl up the street. Now we can settle this tomorrow, D.
Hey, that is the most asinine comment you ever heard, and even McCarthy had enough balls to say, "Hey, man, come on, bro. Don't do that to the team, man."
But Coop, did you notice how he used to always call him Dak? Called that man Prescott. Y'all didn't catch that, did you?
Yeah, he ain't his homeboy no more.
Call him Prescott, but
why for now you got to call me Prescott?
I'm climbing to the top of the Hell in a Cell cage, so I'm gonna splash out.
What have you done for me lately, miss? That's it. I'm so wishy-washy. I don't care whoever wins. I don't care who gets the job done now, because I'm on my last leg in this life. And I need a Super Bowl by any means necessary.
Now, Mike, might chime in so I can go ahead and rebut.
I mean, they're all saying it all. I mean, yeah, Jerry needs to keep his mouth shut. Let the coach. And I mean, yeah, you paid him so much money. From what Jerry's saying right now, he's saying, I don't owe you anything else. I gave you your money. Now go on and get.
Yeah.
Now let me. I'm the Jerry whisperer. So there's 2 points I want to make on y'all. Because we got wax and we got tape and we got videos of these previous shows. Now, for one, your Jerry slander is coming from a place of emotion. Jerry Jones, why wouldn't he want a quarterback controversy? If he had, what he's saying is, yes, I would welcome a quarterback controversy because quarterback controversies are driven by the media. And the media would drive a quarterback controversy because Cooper Rush is playing well and the Cowboys are winning. If Cooper Rush is playing like crap and the Cowboys are not winning, there is no quarterback controversy when Dak gets healthy. Number two, now you all want to talk about Dak, Mr. Prescott. When I asked y'all a few weeks ago, was Dak top 10 quarterback? Y'all was like, hell no.
Well, still hell no.
Top 10 and still be the quarterback for the Cowboys.
Right.
So why should it matter? Why should he get all of this leash from you three if he's garbage anyway?
He's not garbage. He's middle of the road quarterback.
Right. First of all, ain't nobody never said that he was any type of star. You the one that got mad when they left him out of the top 10. That was you. None of it, because Coop wasn't on the show. Mike and I, neither one of us got mad when they said he wasn't in the top 10.
No, but I'm saying if he's not in the top 10, if he's not in the top 10, then what does it matter if another quarterback takes his job?
If I got to choose between Cooper and Dak, and you talking about it's a quarterback controversy,
right?
He needs to get Jerry need his brain scanned for dementia and Alzheimer's or something.
A quarterback.
That's stupid to even say that. And again, I don't like the disrespect. Dak's our guy. You go from calling the man Dak to calling him Prescott overnight. Where's this same energy for Zeke? You the one that paid Zeke all this money while he was down here on vacation.
But does Jerry have a track record of going to the hot QB? Isn't that how Dak got his job?
But why
replacing Romo?
You still have not told me why Cooper Rush is hot. Because he won one game last year and won
At home?
Look, hold on. Now, let's calm down the emotion. I said that there can only be a quarterback controversy if the Cowboys keep winning with Rush when Dak is back.
But it still should not be a quarterback controversy, period. You do not.
So you disagree with Dak replacing Romo when he was hot?
Romo was made of glass. Romo was terrible.
Dak has missed 2 whole seasons in the last 3.
Romo was made of glass.
Yeah, so you're saying they should get rid of Dak too?
No, I'm saying that if Jerry did it once, he'll do it again. Nobody thought he would replace his favorite son, Romo.
Jerry is one of the.
Was that a smart move to replace Romo with Dak?
That's Jerry's problem. Jerry,
but you drafted him to replace him, though. That was the
in the 4th round.
Something goes good.
Yes, that was you drafted him to replace him.
I think
you
think
didn't draft Cooper Rush to be your quarterback.
The ideals are similar.
Cooper Rush is not a starting quarterback in this league. Everybody knows that. That doesn't make sense. You act like you got Garoppolo backing him up, and it could be a controversy. That's not controversy.
Hold on, wait a minute. When Tony Romo went down, he was the unquestioned starter of that team. He had years left on his contract. When Dak Prescott came in as a rookie, he started that game with 0 expectations and went on to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
But you drafted him to be the replacement.
Thank you. Thank you, Coop. Thank you.
It's not about that.
Be the replacement.
Yes, it is.
No, Dak wasn't on a 1-year plan to replace Romo.
No, I'm saying, but you were hoping that was going to be your replacement. Nobody expected Cooper Rush to start in this league.
They were not grooming. They were not grooming him to replace Romo that season. Romo was supposed to take that talented team to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
The only reason why Romo retired is because he lost his job to Dak. So Jerry did pull the trigger and went with the younger, less experienced guy, and it worked. He was better than Romo. I'm saying
Cooper is not better than Dak.
Cooper is not better than Dak, though. Those are 2 different things.
But the thing is, nobody knew that until they started winning. You have
to
it. Cooper, you're not going to tell me Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott.
If the Dallas Cowboys win the next 6 games, Mike, do you bench Cooper Rush?
Well, that's a different story then, but that makes no sense.
That is the story.
Okay, but that's the same with Jacoby Brissett. Are you if the Browns are still winning, are you going to bring Freak Nasty back in if the Browns are still winning when it's time for him to come back in week 11?
Well, the thing is, we'll see on that one, but he's got $230 million guaranteed, like to Coop's point. But Dak doesn't. Mike, if you're the coach and the Cowboys are what 9-1 when Dak comes back, are you replacing him?
That's not going to happen, man. That's
right.
Not what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're saying it's not going to happen.
No, if it happened, I would leave Rush in for sure.
Thank you.
You would have to.
That's all I was trying to get to, and both of you two would too if you're trying to keep your job as Mike McCarthy.
But why would you bring that up after 1 game? Wait and let him win 2 or 3 or 4. You don't bring that up after 1 game. That's what I'm getting.
I agree.
That was ridiculous. You don't bring that up after 1 game, and you played at home.
If Cooper Rush wins the next 5 games, he is not coming out the lineup. Y'all got this on wax.
That's not going to happen either.
The next 2, they played New York and the Commanders.
They got New York and the Commanders.
Rams.
He could be. The Cowboys could be up there.
They're going to lose against Detroit.
3-3.
Right, Cooper used to work on the weekend. But look, that's all I'm saying is Jerry was well within his right. First of all, it's his team and his money.
Not after the first game.
Right, you got that right.
I agree.
Doesn't add up.
Here. That's right, Mama. I love you. So we're gonna ride on that. We're gonna let AP Culture get the last word on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to 3 more games that we need to pick. We have the 1-1 Baltimore Ravens at the 1-1 New England Patriots. Mike, New England is a 2.5-point home favorite. Who you got in this one?
I got Baltimore.
You going with Baltimore? Cool. Who you like in this one?
I like Baltimore.
Tasha?
Baltimore.
Hey, we agreed on something for 1 segment. All right. San Francisco at Denver. Your 49ers are a 1.5-point favorite on the road on Sunday Night Football. Tasha, who you taking?
The 49ers simply because Denver's coach is awful. And if you really look at it, the Fighting Sierras ain't
say it with your chest. Tell me the other reason.
Tell us the other reason.
No, that ain't the reason.
Okay, tell us the other reason.
The reasons that we're here.
Hey, you are split right now. You're torn in your chest. You like, oh, I can't
again,
stand
I don't.
We got a little mousy.
Blow the whistle. Stop. I do not like Garoppolo for the simple fact if he stays in, he's gonna be there the rest of the season. He's gonna do what he always does. Get up to the end, and then he's going to lose. That's what he does. So why should I be happy about that? I don't care about regular season. I want a Super Bowl championship. I don't care how many games he wins. If he does not
y'all
win,
wasn't gonna win that with Lance either, so we might as well move on.
Somebody else new in.
Y'all wasn't gonna win that with Lance either, so we might as well move on. Mike,
I know you.
I got.
You was gonna win that with Trey Lance.
I got.
You got 6 or 7 teams. Which one of your teams is actually gonna win something, sir?
Michigan.
True.
Wait a minute. How many teams you got? Florida State, LSU, Michigan.
I'm talking about NFL.
Fizz, you got Fizz,
Belmont,
you got Fizz, Belmont,
Tennessee State.
What do you know from footy?
Tennessee State.
But
where's
that,
Mike? I said Tennessee State.
All right, Mike. Look. Now y'all can get y'all jokes off. We got Las Vegas and Tennessee. Tennessee's a 2-point home underdog. Coop. Who you got?
Hey man, this is gonna get real ugly real quick. They can't cover Diggs. They can't cover Devontae Adams. It's gonna get ugly.
Yeah, right. He dropped the mic.
Tasha,
I got the Raiders too.
Yeah, make that Mike. Well, if y'all so confident, make that your survivor pick. How about that? Y'all that confident?
Well, I mean, we'll get to that segment then. How about that?
Right.
Okay, so let's get into our survival pool. Now, y'all, there's three left standing. Tasha bet on black, and the ball landed on.
Bet on black twice. Twice.
I told you, leave them janky.
A non-Titans fan says King Henry bounces back this week. Now, y'all didn't think y'all was gonna see it this week.
Oh.
But you
man,
know,
I told y'all, pack that dude up and put him in aluminum foil. It's over. It's a wrap, baby.
You see the green circles. We still in it, baby. We still in it. Mr. Glenn, you are a smart man and a sports savant. I agree with you 1,000%. Titans get it done, but that ain't my survivor pick. All right.
Get it done with what? They don't have a line.
They don't need a
line.
Their line is giving up on them.
They don't have any linebackers. I can play linebacker this week. Bud Dupree is out. Like this.
Yeah, and so is Hunter Renfrow, and so is one of their defensive linemen. Right. We got on the ropes with that Jimmy G. We got on the ropes. She don't want to give him no credit. All right, Mike, who's your survivor pick this week?
I got the Eagles against the Commanders.
Nice.
Oh, so they're gonna do it. They're gonna do their old boy Carson Wentz in, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, you saw he stayed away from the Titans, y'all. We're gonna digress. Cool. Who's your survivor pick? Who's gonna get you into next week's pool?
Hey, can I pick the same team? Because I had Philly too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Y'all.
Yeah, I got Philly.
That's fine. All right. And I am going with the Kansas City Chiefs over the lowly Indianapolis.
I thought about that, but I'm worried Indy may get it together one time.
Indianapolis is without Darius Leonard on defense this week. That spells trouble. Now, if y'all thought y'all heard the last of Tasha T. Sizzle, T. Sizzle gets the last word for this week because the top 5 is back. And this week, for all of the hometown people watching the big game going on this afternoon up there on Rocky Top, we want to get T. Sizzle's top 5 University of Tennessee Vols of all time. Take it away, T. Sizzle.
Okay, now, of course, you guys know when I make this list, I can never make 5, but I'm going to take out people like Reggie White, because, again, certain people are just here.
Okay.
So, like I said, Muhammad Ali is not ever going to be on my list because he's here. Like, he's not touchable. You got people like Alvin Harper who were great. You got Willie Gault. Y'all remember Willie Gault, Albert Hainsworth, even old Coach Johnny Majors, who actually should have won that Heisman, but it went to somebody who played quarterback at Notre Dame, and they had like a 2-8 season. Okay, so let me get into this here list. Y'all know on this show, I really don't do any research. Paul sends a topic. I may do 10% research. The 90% is just me talking out the side of my neck. But every now and then he will give me a topic and it'll make me have to do some research because I started when I read that, I just started naming off Vols players that that I knew were good. Wide receivers. You had Joey King, you had Peerless Price, you had Robert Meacham. You got all the, you had this cadre of running backs, all these people. So here goes my list.
Cadre. I like that.
Okay. Work for it. It's Saturday, y'all.
I mean, you think
Western.com.
You just think Arian Foster is not even on my list.
He's Foster, crazy. He shouldn't be.
Travis Henry's not even on my list. Okay.
Why not?
So here we go. Al Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric Berry.
Oh, I forgot about Eric Berry. Okay, that's a good one.
I got Dale Carter.
Okay.
Big John Henderson.
Perricone in the house.
Yes, sir.
And T. Martin.
What, Mike?
Wait. Stop. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Save yourself.
Peyton is, of course, on the list because you don't go to Tennessee. You don't go to Tennessee. You don't go to Tennessee Titan games without seeing orange Peyton Manning jerseys. Whenever they were playing, the Colts were playing, you saw Peyton Manning jerseys, Tennessee. No.
He's going to the Hall of Fame. Go ahead, Tasha.
And we'll talk about that later when that comes up. Jason Witten is really, to me, not a Hall of Famer, but we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Peyton Manning, for what he did to put Tennessee in the spotlight, is going to forever be pretty much the greatest Vol. But what things that turn me off about Peyton Manning is when the Heisman came up with Charles Woodson, how everybody was saying, "Oh, he was robbed. He was robbed," which he was not. So when I pulled it up, Charles Woodson had 430 something odd first. I wrote it down, but I've lost it. He had 400 something odd first place votes, whereas Peyton had his 433 and Peyton had 281. So he didn't deserve the Heisman that year. Then we go back to T. Martin. T. Martin had a 13-0 record against a 13-0 record that year when they went to the national championship. Peyton never won a national championship. He went 6-0 against Bama, Georgia, and Auburn, something Peyton never did. But they never want to give. You told me I was going to make people mad, and I don't care.
I didn't know it was going to be me.
They never gave T. Martin the credit that he deserved for doing that because they were so upset because Peyton didn't do it.
Right.
And again, I'm not taking anything away from Peyton because all shucks, makes me laugh, makes me smile. I love how he jokes around with his brother, and the little nephew's getting ready to come up, go to the other UT and probably wreak havoc like them Manning boys do when they're in college. But like I said, Peyton Manning is the greatest Vol. We're just gonna put that out there.
All right.
But
I was getting worried for a minute.
He is. But like I said, there are other people on the list who have done more or attained more than Peyton has. But of course, it is one Peyton. Let me pull my pants down and moon somebody while I'm in the training and get that brushed under the rug, Manning.
Wow. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. T-Sizzle's top 5. If I could do a mashup of all of Mike's facial expressions during that segment, that would be its own separate reel. I
get the darn about Mike's facial expression.
That was good stuff. Mike was like, on the list.
Excuse me. I was like, do. Excuse me. Excuse do. Like
on the list.
On the list. What are you talking about? That he's the list.
He is the list, right?
Where is Jamal Lewis? Where's Carl Pickens? Where's Reggie Wayne?
What about Willie Gault?
What about where's Willie Gault? Fast Willie.
I got Willie. I said I got Willie Gault, Alvin Harper, Albert Hainsworth, Reggie White. I got old Johnny Majors on here. I mean, it's so many. I got Jamal Lewis. I got Jamal Lewis, Arian Foster, Travis Henry, Peerless Price, Carl Pickens. Like I said, There you go, AP. There you go. Your mother, who is a UT alum, says, "Tell them, Tasha."
Hey,
From a non-Tennessee fan or anyone that was like watching Tennessee at all, this question kind of like I thought about it like greatest Tennessee Vols. Okay, I instantly obviously thought about Peyton Manning, and then I instantly thought about Pat Summitt because you didn't say football in general, so I was like, those two are on my list. So
no,
and it's forever Pat. It's Pat over everybody.
It is. It really is. She's number one over everybody because she got the rings.
All of them.
You could go through that whole list, and she got more rings in the 90s than they had combined. You know, shouts out to Shamika Holtzclaw and them. They used to just snap. All right, T Sizzle. You know what? Let's give her props because we was a little hard on her in this segment. Troy Logan shouts out, says, "Great."
I don't give a damn about y'all being hard on me. Who are y'all?
Say it was
sketchy.
Them folk.
It was just a plain sketchy. All right, Tasha, who you shouting out this week?
I have 2 shout outs. I have a special shout out to my baby girl who is in Hawaii celebrating her 27th birthday.
Oh, in Hawaii?
Yeah, she's in Hawaii.
Big money, baby.
Getting her Don Ho on.
No, don't say that. We
Don Ho. Tiny bubbles
okay.
in the one. That's Don Ho. Like when Mike went, I said Mike was getting his Don Ho on. But anyway.
Yeah, but he went with his wife. That's in the Bible.
Anyway, so she's celebrating her 27th birthday in Hawaii. She's having fun. She went to a luau last night. She actually flew to the Big Island. Went to Waikiki Beach. She did a lot of things.
I just got back from there. Yeah, that's cool.
Yes. So, and my last shout out is we're gonna support our good sis Nia Long with all that foolishness with that idiot baby daddy of hers.
She could be a horrible girlfriend.
Queen Nia Long. That's my second shout out, and I can say it if I want to.
It's always the guy's fault. He could have ran him into the arms of that other woman.
You don't cheat on Nia Long.
We ain't gonna do a full segment on this. We're not gonna do a full segment on this.
Nia Long. I don't care.
Next topic.
She's black royalty. She's royalty.
Look, I just want to say this before we throw it to Mike. Now, Sasha, you are a mogul and a young entrepreneur. You stay off that sailboat because it tipped over on the Jeffersons in that 2-part episode back in the mid-80s.
And Greg came up missing on the Brady bunch when he was out there trying to surf.
So don't go sitcom on us, Sasha. You get on back into the States. Mike, who you shouting out this week?
I'm gonna give a shout out to Albert Pujols for becoming another member of the 700 Club.
Yes.
A lot of great baseball players. You got Barry Bonds, Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, and now Albert Pujols. So congrats.
And that was mine. Good job by you, Mike. So we're going to pitch it to you to close the show. Coop DeVille.
Hey, my shout to go out to Tasha. Glad she's safe, family safe. Prayers going out to you and your family.
Yes.
That's my shout out of the week. We glad you're safe, baby.
And what a great way to close the show. Look, these 3 during football season, y'all. Like my back didn't hurt for the last hour and 6 minutes. So God bless y'all. That was fun talking. Now you know how we get down. There you go.
I'm mad we didn't get to that segment about that garbage conference of his.
No, you know what? I had to save that because I wanted to see what we did against against Maryland today. And number 2, Blake Corum is gonna have 5 touchdowns again.
They'll win. They'll beat Maryland by 3. It'll be a close one. Maryland to score.
Mike, are you taking
absolutely not
points?
And the
they
points.
Played nobody. They played 50.
And the points. We average beating them by 25 points the last 5 years, and we got a better team.
5 years. You ain't played nobody but high school teams the first 3 weeks of the season. Today is real
where the
deal.
credits start rolling, ladies and gentlemen. I think
He gonna learn today. He gonna learn today. It's okay.
Field goal game going down the stretch.
You better watch that.
It better not be. It better not be. I told y'all I'm already on that medicine today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know how we get down. We will see you all in 6 days, and we're gonna let this ride us on out. Go blue. We'll see y'all in 6 days and 23 hours. Until then. Peace and go blue.
Come on, Paul. I let it rock for blocks and blocks and let your backbone slide on the left. on the
Hey, put your shoulder in it, Mike.
Hey,
You need me to send
Mike, put his shoulder in it.
I don't know what
Jefferson
Mike's
over there to
doing.
walk on your back
Yeah.
like he used to do Bentley.
That's going to look. Get it, Mike.
Uh-oh, he's prepping. I see it with the prep.